The buzz around schools these days all revolves around one-to-one and how we can improve our test scores. Well, with one-to-one and with screencasting, I'm going to tell you how. First off, what is one-to-one? One-to-one is when every student in your classroom or school has some form of laptop, netbook, or tablet in front of them. But just like anything else, this is a tool, and unless the teacher uses it right, it will go to waste. When teachers use one-to-one in the classroom, they increase the students' possibility of succeeding in life. But what is the best tool to use? Would it be a tablet, netbook, or laptop? It all depends on what you are teaching. For a lot of English teachers and math teachers, they love the tablets. It allows them to do research, to read books, to be able to do interactive apps. Netbooks are good also. You can do your basic Microsoft Word on there. You can write up your documents. You can do research. You can watch videos. You can watch screencasts. All sorts of things. They are great tools, but they do have their limitations. In my class, I teach an engineering and an architectural design software which must have a higher RAM processor and a graphics card, which a netbook does not have, which laptops do cost a bit more. Students use these to create 3D models and architectural houses, which are fantastic, and every student in my class does have one-to-one. We also use them for research and for developing their own dream houses. But why switch? Why do we need to go to one-to-one? Well, in-care one-to-one technology has created a video that explains the need for more technology in the classroom and why these are viable sources that we have to use. These days, it is more important than ever that we expose our students to more and more technology, just like one-to-one. The highlights of this video are the fact that it frees up more teachers by creating things like screencasts. It allows students who are more independent learners to work at their own paces. which will free up those teachers to be able to assist those in need. Students need to become a lot more independent and learn how to learn on their own. This also opens up the door to more project-based learning, where you can provide students with objectives and set criteria, but it gives them the freedom to be able to look for things that they are interested in and to write about and research things that they like. One also key of this video that really concerns me are the job rates. We have lost over 6.3 million jobs since 2007, and it seems that the constant trend is that students are not prepared to use the technology after high school. It is key that we get these devices in their hands to use and use them as a proper tool. One tool that is great to use in a classroom is screencasting. Screencasting is fantastic. So I use it. It's great to provide students with lessons that they can watch as they choose. They can go fast, they can go slow, they can go back, they can rewind, they can do anything that they need to with these videos. Students can take these home with them. So if you're looking for a flipped classroom, this is a great tool to use. It allows students with different learning styles, which every student in your classroom learns differently and at different speeds. So if they need extra help, if they need to rewatch something, if they need to relearn something, this allows them to go back and relearn it. And most people don't learn things the first time. They usually have to try it a few times anyway before they can get it right. So, what can we use it for? Everything. If you're teaching a lesson, if you're using software like myself when it comes to an architectural one, it's great to use to teach a simple lesson that students can go back and rewatch. Sometimes they may have to do it a few times, which is great because then that allows them to be able to become a lot more independent, which is one goal I think that every teacher has. So where do we find these things at? I've created a screencast for the screencast that will show you two different styles. Now that we have discussed what one-to-one is, and we've also discussed briefly what a screencast is, now I'm going to do a brief demonstration on how to use a screencast. The first one I'm going to show you is Screener. The second one is Screencast-O-Matic. If you're wondering, I'm using Screencast-O-Matic now. You can tell by the little yellow circle that is around my cursor. First off, Screener is a 5-minute only program, so you cannot record past that unless you want to upgrade into the GoPro. This is a web-based program only, so there's no download, which is nice for some of you. And all you have to do is click this launch screen recorder now, and you're ready to roll. I do have one brief example of a screencast that I have done. Here it is. I have turned off the volume because I don't want to talk over myself. But this was a brief screener that I made for my students when they're using our learning metrics, which is the school, which is any program to use. Using a Screencast-O-Matic is now my new favorite, and you can tell I'm using that, like I said, by the little yellow circle. Once you go to the home page, you do have to download a program, so make sure you know that. It's a very small one, though. And the advantage over this one, I think, is the 15 minutes as opposed to 5 minutes. It gives you a bit more time, so you don't have to rush through it. You just have to press the record button at the bottom of your screen once you're ready to roll, and then you just start talking. It's very, very simple to use. If you would like to upgrade it, you can click on GoPro, and that will give you a few more editing tools, and it's only $15 per year. So, but if you're wondering, I'm using the free version right now. Very, very simple to use. I do have a brief little demonstration on what I've done. Here is a dormer that I've installed on a house. You can see here, as I'm going through this, you can see the yellow mouse is in here, and it's highlighting the roof and attachment currently. So my students are going to use this in order to teach them how to add a dormer to a house. If you'd like to watch it, just go to YouTube and click on creating a dormer and you'll see it for yourself. So I hope this gives you a nice insight into what a screencast is and two ways. Both good. And you're more than welcome to use either one. Just make sure that if you're going to go over 5 minutes, you will probably need to screencast. Thank you for your time, and I hope this gives you an overview of what a screencast is. I think after watching that video that you can agree with me that screencasts are fantastic to use. And I've actually learned one more thing while doing this screencast is you can stop it, go back, and restart at any point in time. So, great tool to use. So with the combined efforts of one-to-one and using screencasting, we can help out all of our diverse learners learn at their rate, their speed, their abilities to create that flipped classroom that you may be looking for and allow our students to become global thinkers, to free up teachers, to increase job rates, and allow our kids to be more successful.